Okay, course 10 um, is for 11-year-olds, and it is Christ Series 2, Jesus Christ Topical Guide Study. Well, it's not just the topical guide, okay? It's a full year with 2,200 references to Jesus Christ. And I would like to read to you a little bit from this course. This course was suggested by President Nelson's talk, Drawing the Power of Jesus Christ into Our Lives, in which he related the following. Earlier this year, this was 2017 when he was president of the Quorum of the 12, I asked the young adults of the church to consecrate a portion of their time each week to study everything Jesus said and did as recorded in the standard works. I invited them to let the scriptural citations about Jesus Christ in the topical guide become their personal core curriculum. I gave that challenge because I had already accepted it myself. I read and underlined every verse cited about Jesus Christ, as listed under the main heading and the 57 subtitles in the topical guide. When I finished that exciting exercise, my wife asked me what impact it had on me. I told her, I am a different man. I have done the same thing, and I have to agree with President Nelson. You come out a changed person. There's a lot in this course. You need the standard works, of course. And it's part 1 of the outline. We begin with a refreshing, a reading of the 4 Gospels and 3rd Nephi. Reading a chapter a day, this will take the first third of the course. Pay attention to JSTs, Joseph Smith translation, verses. We continue with referencing the name Jesus in the Bible dictionary, followed by Christ and Christ names of section. Part 2, the main attraction. We will be working in the topical guide by referencing Jesus Christ. First, we will read and study the summary found on page 240. The summary will be followed by the See Alsos. We will then begin with studying Christ sections, Jesus Christ. Okay, and there are several ones of those. We go through the alphabet twice plus the A's 3 times. So there are a lot of those. It says begin with prayer, ponder and read the daily assignment, notice any GSTs, journal. This is tremendously important. Don't do this course without journaling, folks. As you read it, journal it. And I can almost guarantee you're going to have 2 composition books because you're going to want to comment on what you have found. Journal your thoughts, discoveries, feelings, impressions, etc. from your reading, from your experience, from the Holy Ghost and others. End with a thanksgiving prayer for what you have reviewed or learned. And of course, you may want to memorize certain verses that just hit you that, oh my gosh, I need to know that, or that's important for me, or I want to remember that. And so you may come across some verses that you want to memorize. Put them on the cards in the Beehive Brain Box learning system and learn them. And it starts with, then it goes on to lesson content, lesson 1, and so forth through the Gospels. Let's see here. Lesson 88 starts in 3rd Nephi and goes, let's see. And then we start with assignment. Begin part 1B, read each following assignment. A lesson is a day's worth. Okay, so we come down here to day 119. The Bible Dictionary name Jesus, 2 entries. Bible Dictionary name Christ. Bible Dictionary Anointed One. And the next day it says, write your discoveries, feelings, impressions, etc. Bullet point or paragraph form, whichever you prefer to do. But keep a journal. Keep a journal. Keep a journal. Remember what President Nelson had to say about this. And keep a journal so you can go back over it and you can refresh it. And date 121. Dictionary, names, titles, concepts of the Lord in the Old Testament, beginning through to the end of the section on page 633. Okay, and the next day, write your discoverings, feelings, impressions, etc. on what you learned in this section. And so it goes. It is it gives you very detailed instructions and so forth. And then day 343 to 360, you have now finished reading and noting the topical guide sections on Jesus Christ. What have you learned? Write a summary at this point. What have you learned? And you might want to go over the scriptures that you've memorized and read your journal to answer that. Then as you go back over and read your notes, jot down what impresses you. Now write a second summary of what you found as you went over your notes. How has your testimony of and faith in Jesus Christ grown? And I can guarantee you, if you do this sincerely and with prayer, it will definitely grow. And you will be very grateful and thankful that you have done this, as was President Nelson. He emphasized it tremendously. So that's course 10 for 11-year-olds, okay? Jesus Christ Topical Guide Study is what it says, but it has a lot more than that.